Before we get started, I will be making this disclaimer in every single one of these, but because the vast majority of y'all, and this is one of the problems that's wrong with the world, and not just our country, but the world, is that y'all don't know how to understand that other people have opinions that differ from yours. This is my opinion! If you know where that comes from, you get a special treat. I will personally give you an emoji that is a cookie in the comment section.
So I want to talk about you, me, and Tuscany. Okay, so not gonna lie, I checked out in the beginning. They lost me in the first half. They did. I literally was this close to. When I tell you, I was this close to actually getting up, walking out, and getting a refund for my ticket because that was ridiculous. I'm just gonna start with my qualms, my issues. I'm gonna start here, and then I'll go into what made me stay and why I ended up loving the movie after that. You know, I honestly. I'm gonna buy this DVD when it comes out on DVD, and I'm just gonna skip the first half. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna skip all of that because it got on my nerves. But my main issue. So she broke. She ain't got no job for real. She like to put on people's clothes and forget. You know what? Forget about the clothes. She is putting on folks' lingerie. Talking about something. I was gonna wash it. Huh? What? And then they had this girl at the bar, broke, busted, and disgusted, throwing down 5 different credit cards, talking about some. There's enough on each of these. Wait, what? And then Mateo. Let's not even talk about Mateo because they had us. They had us in the first half. Mateo. They tricked us. They had us thinking that he was upstanding. Okay, I'll just leave it there. They had us thinking he was upstanding. But then the movie progresses and we're like, we were wrong. But yeah, like I didn't like because they were cute, they had chemistry or whatever. But I didn't like how she was about to go to bed with a guy she just met. Like I just felt like they made her easy. Like I don't know. Like in the first, that's how I felt in the first. I just didn't like it, and I was like, I'm done. And then I was like, okay, fine. Like my friend was like, no, don't go. We got to see it through. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't handle this. And then I couldn't stand. I said, girl, why are you? This man, he did not practically tell you to do anything. You hearing stuff. You hearing what you want to hear. This man did not tell you to go in his house. And then why she looking around and she puts on something that doesn't belong to her yet again. So that's when I said, I'm gone, walking out. I'm gone. My friend was like, no, stay. Y'all gotta stay, Maida. Don't leave. Because I'm the type, I will leave and I will get my money back for the ticket. I will get my money back and be like, I didn't like this. This is garbage. I'm gone. Right? Give me my money back. Had to see it through. And then after all of that mess, then the movie actually felt really interesting to me. I was like, okay. Her family really liked, Mateo's family really liked Anna. I thought that was so cute. They were so happy. They loved Anna. The dad, that was my favorite part of the whole movie, how the dad was just like constantly warming up to her. And he was just like, it's almost like he had wanted a little daughter, like, for a while, and he finally got one in Anna, or Anna, I'll say it like that. Like, I just thought it was so sweet. I just love that, and the whole family dynamic. I didn't like Auntie that was having an affair with the plumber. I hate how the way that our world is, that stuff is praised, and it's cute and funny. It's really not. Like, I'll never understand. Just leave. Like, you're having an affair. Clearly you're not happy where you are right now. Just leave. Like, I didn't like that, like, from her or the plumber. Like, leave. I don't like that. Like, that stuff is not cute to me. Like, I didn't laugh. Oh, yay, infidelity is hilarious. Like, that's the type of stuff that gets on my nerves. Like, no, it's not funny. It's not cute. But she had her funny moments, but I loved, like, oh my gosh, and then how do you pronounce his name? Let me not even try to, wait, I really kind of want to know how to pronounce his name. Hold on. You, me, and Tuscany. Rain? Is his name Reggie? No. Ooh, whoops, no. Hold on. Hey Google, how do I pronounce Reggie? Hold on. Jean Page. Hey Google, how do I pronounce Rege Jean Page's name?
It's pronounced Reg Hajan. P-A-H-Z-H.
Reg.
The first name is sounding like the music genre.
Okay, all right. Reg Pageon. And then what was his character's name? I don't even remember. Hold on. You, me, and Tuscany. Cast. Michael. Okay, like they had so much chemistry. Like, oh my gosh, I loved it. I love that they weren't even really enemies to lovers. It was more so like strong irritation. It was strong irritation because that lady sure did just give her the sandwich that she was about to buy. That was so jacked up. And then I didn't like how you going to Tuscany? How you go? Matter of fact, forget that. How you going on vacation with $500? Like I said, man, dang, they had my girl. But anyways, the acting was so good. Like I loved that they did such a good job, and they had such good chemistry. Like my goodness. And then they had like such good chemistry. I loved how they like both acknowledged that they liked each other, but they didn't acknowledge how they liked each other. I don't know how to explain it. Like I loved how they both acknowledged they had feelings for one another, but they didn't. I love that. I love that. And you're probably like, girl, didn't you just get mad because what's her face is having an affair with the plumber? And I say, yeah, because this person is actually married. Anna is not married to Mateo. I mean, not even engaged. Anna's not even engaged to Mateo for real. Like, and then I just loved how like they all like loved them some Anna. I just loved it. And then in the end, I love how it wasn't even. I had to close my eyes because I hate conflict. I said, oh Lord, it's gonna be bad. She about to tell the truth. She about to tell the truth. They fighting. And then when she did, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. He didn't yell at her. He didn't even really get mad for real. He just was disappointed. But like, you know what I mean? And then my thing is, how Mateo go talk about something, she's not happy with her own life, so she tries to live her. I said, wait, why did you have to start there? Like, why did you have to go in? Why did you have to go in is what I'm saying. Like, you didn't have to say those words exactly. You could have said something else. You didn't have to be like that. You know, and switching up on her. You the one that went along with it too. Initially, at first, I was like, Anna, you need to tell them right now. Like, just tell them. And then things just kept getting worse. And I said, I see why I wouldn't be able to do it either. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. And then, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. When I was in the theater, I literally, when he was singing to her, I literally, secondhand embarrassment, I was cringing, like, I was having a literal, like, if you could ask any one of my friends that were sitting next to me, like, I literally was having a physical reaction. I was like, oh, make it stop, why is he singing, oh gosh, why are they looking at, like, I felt so uncomfortable. I was like, why is he singing, what is this, and like, no, stop, make it stop. I couldn't stand that. Even when she went to go find him in the vineyard and she was singing to him too, I said, stop, please, stop, oh God. It is not a musical, please stop. Oh Lord, I couldn't handle it. I said, no, please. I know y'all just wanted to have an excuse to have Hallie sing, but please. Oh God, I couldn't do it. I was literally like cringing. I literally covered my face with my shirt and I couldn't look. I just was so uncomfortable. I said, why are they singing? Why are they singing to each other? Oh, but anyways. Yeah, I love that. It was so cute. They were so cute. The people in the freaking tour bus on the vineyard had me
frickin'. I said frickin'. It's sped up, so it sounds like I said the F word, but I did not.
weak, bro. And then the ending with all the takes, I was hollering like everybody in the theater was literally laughing their behinds off. We were weak. The tour bus, the little tour truck thing, they had us cracking up. They were fun. Honestly, they were the funniest part of that entire movie for me. The romance was literally there. I love that it wasn't like all up in our faces. Like, obvious, like, look, we're gonna tell you these two have feelings for each other. We're gonna tell. No, it was literally like they were just showing us, like, you know, had she just went to Tuscany and just met him, you know, she wouldn't, you know what I mean? But it was just really nice how it wasn't like this forced thing. They just had chemistry, and the way that it was written was written really well. It was directed excellently, you know, when it came to those two and their interactions. I love that. I loved how, like, it was so good. It was just the way that they had directed him to, like, the way that he was so, you could tell he was heartbroken because he really does have feelings for Anna. But that's his, like, what did her friends say, cousin brother? But that's his, like, you know what I mean? So he was like, I'm not gonna do that or whatever. Oh my gosh, I just love that. And, like, you could tell she wanted to be with this man, like, so bad, but she kept forgetting, like, oh yeah, I forgot, I'm lying. But I just love that. And then the dad, I just loved how the dad just loved her. Like, I just thought that was so cute. And the mom, they just loved Anna. I loved it. I just loved it. And then that, in the beginning, the whole fight that they had about it was Anna. She said, Anna is fine. And then, oh my gosh, the brother with the social media, I said, somebody please take his phone and toss it into the ravine. Like, please, he's good on my nerves. Like, he is literally the reason. He is literally like a caricature of why people hate influencers now. Like, every time he was on the screen, I just rolled my eyes and I got irritated. I was like, this is exactly how they act, though. Like, this is not even that big of an exaggeration. This is exactly how these influencers act. They're so insufferable. But the main issue I had was every single time her friend came on, the ghetto black people fatigue is real, and I'm black. I am a black woman. Been black all my life. Okay. The ghetto black people fatigue is real. Okay. Not black fatigue. No, the ghetto hood rat black people fatigue is real. Every time she opened her mouth, I was like, my teeth started to itch. I could not. I'm like, why is she so ghetto? I was so irritated. I was like, why is she so ghetto? Like, oh my gosh, like, ugh, like, you are pregnant. Does that not make you want to be a little more mature? I don't know. Like, I don't know. And she was making good points. Help it, like, trying to get Anna to understand, like, sis, you need to fix this. You need to do right. You need to not whatever. Like, yes. But at the same time, she was just being ghetto, and I just couldn't stand it. I was just irritated. I think already my tolerance level when it comes to ghetto hood rat black people is gone. Like, at this point in my life, you know, even as I was younger, like, I didn't understand what it was when my nervous system would start to act up whenever I was around, like, a gangly crew of black people who literally act like literally the streets raised them type deal. Like, I didn't understand what it was. And as I got older, like, I can't even go into the mall. Like, if they start getting loud, if I start hearing like, I have to leave. Like, you know, if they start talking a certain way, I have to leave. If everybody, and then I realized they put a name to it finally. last year or this year, they finally put a name to it. Fatigue. That's what it is. I can't do it no more. And so I guess that's what it was. Mainly, I just was tired of it already. And then Anna was getting on my nerves when she was putting on people's lingerie in the beginning, so I was already irritated. So yeah, like, but that's the main thing. I just like, oh my Lord, please. Why is she acting like a stereotypical? Anyways, but for the most part, I give the movie a solid. If I had to give it a number rating out of 10, I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. I wish we had more time with the family. I really, really enjoyed them. I really did. Like, I really, really enjoyed the family. I wish we would have got a little more of their dynamic. I wish we could have gotten a little more insight into who Anna was besides her mom that passed away and why she couldn't step in front of, like, the stuff. I wish we would have gotten more of that, like, when she first decided to, you know, like, okay, yeah, I'll cook, I'll help. I wish we would have gotten more of a, like, okay, this internal, like, we the audience are seeing her, like, about to just accept that her mom is gone and step in front of an oven again and, like, start to cook again. Like, I would have loved that we saw a little more of that than her just going in and taking charge, because the conversation she had with Michael was like, I haven't been able to step in front of an oven since my mom died. Like, I wish we would have gotten a little more, like, of that before she just stepped in and, like, took charge. And I get why but I also would have loved to see a little more of that. I would have loved to see a little more of, like, them working in the vineyard and, like, them, like, teaching Anna how to do, like, I would have loved to see just a little more of that, that dynamic. Yeah, I just wish that we saw a little more of that. Yeah, but a solid 8.5 out of 10. The dialogue sometimes is a little choppy for me. That part in when she was looking for, no, you know what? It's a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 only because of Lorenzo. Lorenzo was the best character. He was my favorite. Every single time he popped on the screen, he was my favorite. I love Lorenzo. Like, he literally, that's why it's got a 9 out of 10 right now for me. That was the best decision they ever made, casting that actor. He did a great job. And the way they wrote him, perfect. Directed, I loved Lorenzo. He was my favorite character. But yeah, when she first was looking for a ride, the guy was like, it was really funny. But yeah, other than that, like, the movie wasn't bad. I hate that it's not getting the love that it does deserve, because it wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad. It does trick you in the first half. I guess that was the point. They wanted us to be like, what is this girl doing? And then we see, like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it does trick you in the first half, but it gains your trust back and your respect back towards the end. And I loved how Grandma told her, you want to tap? I said, wait a minute. Me and my friends, we said, wait a minute. We said, what Grandma just say? But we loved how the family came back and they were like, girl, look, we all got issues. This girl is loud and proud having an adulterous relationship with a married man. Like, she don't care. Like, so yeah, you lied, but, like, go get Michael. You know, so I love that the family wasn't mad, because they really did like Anna. They really loved her. So they were like, yeah, she lied, but she's not a bad person. Like, she really isn't. You know, so I just love that. Thought that was sweet. I really wished we didn't get a month later. That's another reason why I got an 8, you know, before I thought about Lorenzo. But I wish we would have gotten a year later and somebody got a ring, i.e. Anna. i.e. somebody got proposed to, i.e. I don't know, like Michael, I didn't like that. There was no, usually when you do that, when you do a time jump, we need to see something, but I ain't get nothing. I said, bro, what the so yeah, honestly, You Me and Tuscany, I really hope it does really well. I hope it does, because black people can show out for everything. They can show out for everything. But, you know, when it really matters, like, where are y'all at? Where are y'all at? And this really does matter, because unfortunately, I don't know how true it is. I saw it on Twitter, because people be lying on social media. Like, let's just be honest. People do be lying. Even if you're like, why would they lie about that? Girl, it's social media. It is social media. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Like, people will lie for anything. Clout, attention, whatever, likes, views, whatever. They will lie. So I don't know how true it is that lady who pitched pitched something. It's like a black-led romance movie or something. She pitched this, and it's not, because the thing is, you can go on Lifetime or Hallmark for that, but it's like in the big screens, you know. Basically, she was saying like, oh, we're not even going to greenlight anything until we see how You, Me, and Tuscany does. And I don't know how true that is, but honestly, I believe it, because unfortunately, that's the landscape. Unfortunately, that's the nature of our world right now. And I'm not talking about like black-led cinema. I'm talking about cinema in general. You know, the rom-com. We haven't seen a have we seen a rom-com on the screen in years? I've never seen. I don't really do rom-coms. I can't stand rom-coms. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really do romance movies and stuff like that. It's very specific. Like the main one that I love is A Walk to Remember. Like, but other than that, I don't really do romance movies and stuff like that. But I don't know if it's like honestly, I don't know if the general population is just like romance rom-coms. And I guess I don't know. I guess that's what they were trying to say, was like, we're gonna see how this rom-com does, and we'll see if we'll greenlight yours, because I don't know if everybody's like done with them, because that golden age of rom-coms back in the day, it's like kind of lost now. So I don't know, but I believe it, and it's important, you know. And then on top of that, the fact that there are black leads, it is important that we show up, at least that we show up. That this is what the people want to see. This is what the people like, you know. So I just say that, you know, like, if we can show up for everything else, but when it comes time down to it for stuff like this, like, where y'all at? But anyways, You, Me, and Tuscany, solid 8.5 out of 10 for all the other things I mentioned. 9 out of 10 because of Lorenzo. And then if I were to give it like a letter, I'd say B plus. B plus. Yeah, solid B plus. But yeah, pretty good movie. I'd watch it again. I definitely will. When it comes out on DVD, I'm definitely gonna buy it. Like, I will. I actually really thought it was super cute towards the end. They lost me in the beginning, like I said. They had me in the first half, but they did gain my trust and my respect back at the end. So yeah.